What is happening? What is happening, everybody? This is Dave Croft, and welcome to a very special, open to everybody. This is going out to the entire YouTube channel. Hope that you are all doing well. This is something that I'm experimenting with. I'm trying. It is live streaming some deliverables and just some hangout time. I've got some busy work to do. Let me turn off my hard drives here. I've got some busy work to do, and I figured I would throw it out onto the live stream, onto the channel. And if you wanted to hang out, ask me anything, whatever. Just as we're working on some deliverables, I have 4 deliverables for this ongoing Americana dramedy album that I've been working on for Discovery Channel. I've been working on for several months now, and I've got 4 left, and I'm knocking them out today. And I thought that I would, just like I said, I thought I would throw it out to the feed and have you join us. Seamus, what is happening? So good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. And these types of live streams, these are what I do every single week over for the friends and family and patrons. But like I said, it's Memorial Day, and so I figured I would throw it up onto the live stream and go from there. So the first one that I'm going to be working on today, this is called Cornbread on Arrival. Jeff, what is happening? Today is Deliverables Day. Jeff's also working on some. Yeah, and like I said, I just didn't want to just be sitting in my studio like by myself. You know, I wanted some company helping me out with the deliverables. But it's really good to have you, and I hope that you're having. If you're in the U.S., you know, I hope you're having a safe Memorial Day, and if you're not in the U.S., I hope you're having just a regular Monday. I hope you're having a safe regular Monday. But good on you, Jeff, man. Hope all is well. I want to check one thing. I just want to make sure that it actually is going out to the whole YouTube channel and not just for the subscribers. And it looks like it is not just for patrons and family members and all of that. Good. Yes. Right on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started closing down some business here. So this first one's called Cornbread on Arrival, like dead on arrival. And I do have another title. So when I'm doing my deliverables here, what I need to make sure is with Discovery. Now this is for Discovery Channel. Their guidelines say that I need. They say stems and minus mixes. That's kind of the way that they put it. They want stems and minus mixes. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And so I'm going to go ahead and create a folder here. And matter of fact, I think I can bring this over. Let's create a new folder in my bounces folder. Okay. And so the first thing I need is main mixes here. Let's create a new folder first, and we're going to call this archive. Okay, and so let's put all of the previous iterations into this archive folder. And let's go here. Let's go, and now we need alt mixes, I think, and minus mixes. I think that's what. Let's see. Look at some other deliverables. Main stems. I'm sorry, not alt mixes. Stems. So we're using that. Andrew, what is good, my man? Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, so the first thing I need to do is make sure that I still like it. I'll make sure that we're hitting a good target loudness for this. Our target loudness is about -12 for this. So let's take a listen. I can already tell my target loudness is pretty spot on. a little loud. I think I could probably back these down. Yeah, I'm gonna back this down just a hair here. Hey, Carlos, what's good, my man? Thank you so much. Yeah, Jeff, you liking the over-the-shoulder camera shot? Yeah, and I took a page out of Clint, Anthony Clint Jr. He set up his feed to where it auto kind of it cycles through the different camera angles, and so I've got that happening too. Let me know if it's a distraction. But we had some pretty good luck with it last Friday. All right, so that is the cue. It got a little loud there at the end, so let's. So I'm gonna back this down. That's so loud. All right, so I'm gonna back it down a little bit. We're gonna go from there. So I'm gonna set my cycle region. Let's select everything here. And let me make sure that I've cleaned up, that I've done my RX pass on all of these, and I haven't. Look at those dirty, dirty mics. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Let me find a nice clean spot. This looks good about right here. Yep, so I'm gonna select that. Let me go into my spectral denoise tool. Let's bring this up. I'm gonna sample that little spot, and you can see right here. This is that is my air conditioning. So let's sample that. Not sample, it's just kind of taking a noise. Let's adjust this up just a little bit. Chris, what is going on? Really good to see you. So we're gonna select that, and let's render it, and that's gonna get rid of all that noise. All right, so I'm gonna save that. Let's get that out of the way. Let's go back to the session. And let me make sure my harp chugs, because I'm gonna render these. Yeah, I need to, let's click that guy. Let's click that. I'm gonna go into here, and I'm gonna bring in or bring over this region just a little bit here. And I'm gonna bring that guy that way. There we go. Because I need to grab the top of that so I can get the attack of the opening breath of that. Now let's check these others. All right, so those are working for me. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is let's create a new alternative, and this is going to be my stems mix. All right, so now that I've created a new alternative, let's go into here. Let's flatten and merge. So I'm going to click on here. Let's flatten and merge. So we're just flattening any of these take folders so I don't have to futz with any of that. All right, now let's go back into the harmonica. Need to clean up my harmonica. All right, so let's go in here, find a relatively clean spot, select all there, learn that spot select, and render that. That's going to clean that up. Let's quit that. Let's go back. All right, tell you what, let's Command J. Let's join that. Let's create a new region. Just cleaning up this audio here. Cleaning up the audio. Command J, join the regions. Cleaning up audio. Yeah, Chris says yeehaw. Yep, he liked it. The library liked it. All right, am I gonna be able to find the nice clean spot for my harp chugs? Oh, maybe right there, right here at the end. There we go. All right, like so. I'm just going in, cleaning up. This is what I have to do because I don't have, you know, $800 Neumanns. All right, that is cleaned. I think that should be everything. That should be everything. Oh, there's my jaw harp. Let's clean up some jaw harp. Let's find a nice clean spot. There, that looks good. Render that. Let's go into my vocal snare, which is just me going, which I totally stole from the movie White Christmas. You know, in the movie, the song Snow, 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 and they go, right? And that's absolutely what I'm doing here. I'm just doing. I mean, if you're gonna steal from Irving Berlin. All right. Yep. There's so I'm rendering that. Let's see. Chris says just discovered RX 10 because of one of my cues had hundreds of clicks. RX 10 was sleeping on my computer. RX is a game changer. And yeah. So for mic noise, for audio reconstruction and repair. I mean, I've gone in and used RX to repair some of the stand noise in Symphobia's pizzicato strings. Yep, I've totally gone in to repair those, render it to audio and then repair it. 100%. I actually didn't even plan on going live today, which is evidenced by my beard. I didn't put any conditioner on it this morning, right? Because I'm like, it's Memorial Day, it's on vacation, I'm not going to be on camera. And here it is. Anyways, there you go. There's vacation Dave. It looks poofier than normal, doesn't it? Right. All right. So everything is cleaned up, and now I am ready for deliverables. Chris says, where is it plugged in on my session? I actually don't use RX in the session. What I will do is I'll use it in standalone mode. So in Logic, I've got RX set as my audio editor. All right, so I will Shift W and that will automatically open up RX. Yeah, I for a long time I ran it kind of in plugin mode, but it's really processor intensive, as most Isotope plugins are. Andrew says, still looking hot, bro. Thanks, man. My people. Thank you, my man. All right. So now let's set my cycle region here from the downbeat, and I give myself about 200 milliseconds or so to the end of my audio tail, making sure that it's nice and clean. And I have gone in. Have I done my audio tail? All right, so I am going to, my button is hitting right here, so that's where my button is hitting. Let's put a node. Let's put a node to where the sound dies down, not dies down, but releases. This is so much recorded audio. So hold, and then the audio tail will fade from there. So my cycle region, I'm setting from the beginning to that spot right there. And there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and bounce it. The first one is going to be, I'm not going to normalize, not doing any of that business. Cornbread on arrival underscore. Do we use underscores? Let's check. I always have to reset. No, they use parentheses. So cornbread on arrival. This is going to go into my main mixes. This is going to be full. And yes. Yeah, good. Great. Yeah. I hope that was helpful for you. It's been a while since I've done a public live stream like this. And I'm thinking this could be a cool kind of thing. Anytime I have deliverables where we're just kind of chatting with everybody, to do this. Let me, I'm going to fix one of my things here. There we go. That looks a little bit better. My head, cutting off my head on the screen. All right, so let's go in and let's check my audio tail. Make sure I'm not cutting anything off. Shouldn't that have gone? There we go. All right, so next I need the no melody mix, which is going to be without my my primary, that, and without the harmony, which was just the same thing. I literally took the main melody, duplicated it, and then went in using lots of flex pitch shenanigans to let's see, it's not showing up here, but lots of flex pitch. Oh, it's because I rendered it, but lots of flex pitch shenanigans. All right, so what I need to do is I just need to mute those. So I'm going to mute both of those. Let's go ahead and bounce it. We're going to call this not a main mix. This is a minus mix. So it's going to be my no melody mix. No melody. You know, this is the first Memorial Day in recent memory that I haven't been grilling out. Haven't been grilling something. Not grilling anything today. Depending on how these cutdowns go, though. I might have to upgrade from something stronger than coffee. All right, so let's check our bounce here just to make sure that everything is copacetic. And it is up here. If we go. Hey, Shane, what is going on, my man? It's really good to have you. All right, so that's the no melody. Now I need the no drums and no melody mix. So I'm going to mute out the jaw harp, my my Vox snare, the kind of thing. And so we're going to call this my no melody, no perk mix. What's going on, Shane? Did you hit the links today? Have you already gone and come back? I figured you have the day off. You'd be at the golf course, my man. All right, let's check this bounce. Man, when you take all those things out, then you could really hear that organ. You can really hear that organ. All right, so that's working for me. Now let's do those are the primary no melody mixes. Let's do a no percussion minus mix. All right, so we're gonna call this just no perk. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Shane, oh man, that's a drag. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry your golf buddy bailed on you, man. That's a drag. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, man. Staying home with the dogs. Yeah, we have some. We have a couple of elderly cats. Actually, we have 3 cats. One is kind of middle-aged, one is elderly, and then one is about 2 years old. And so the elderly cat is having a hard time finding the box these days. And I thought, isn't that just how it is? The older you get, you kind of start losing. And we have a Roomba, right? Like a robot vacuum. And so we have to be really careful whenever it turns on. We have to think, okay, all right, we got to go check for messes, because the last thing you want, man, is you want a robot vacuum to slide over that and carry it with it. That only had to happen once before I never want it. I had to take the Roomba apart and clean it. Oh man. Sorry, I know that's what you tuned in for. Oh, Shane says, had a long rehearsal last night, had to drag around gear. Oh, Shane feels sorry for the percussionist. I gotta tell you, that's one of the appeals of playing theater to me, was loading in once and loading out once. Yep. I am way too old and my back is in too sorry of a shape. All right, what other minus mixes? Let's go ahead and do a no harmonica mix at all. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do a mix. So including just the melody, but this is going to be no harmonica. Yeah, that lugging around gear like that absolutely crushed my spirit the older I got. Did not want to carry around gear. So playing theater really worked. Really worked for me. Really worked for me. Hey, if this is something you think would be interesting every now and then, anytime I have deliverables, it's always better to do it with friends, right? So if you got to work through this kind of busy work, let's turn on the camera and let's check this bounce here. This is my no harmonica mix. You're going to hear that. You really hear that? Hear the banjo in the jar. Gotta tell you, man, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this cue. Shane says, too bad we can't all come over for a Croft grilling session. Man, I'd do up ribs. Actually, I'd make my famous wings. I do wings really, really good. Well, I do them well. Superman does good. Yep. Good is the thing that you can do. All right, what else do I want? Let's do a mix minus E-piano and organ. All right, so I'm going to put this, this is going to be my no keys mix. Okay. Oops. Forgot one. By the way, if you're in the mid bounce and you want to cancel it in Logic, Command period. I have a key bass here. All right, so let's go ahead and mute that out, and now we bounce it. This is going to be my no keys. Otherwise, what's everybody up to today? What is everybody? Any questions or anything? Ask me anything. Ask me anything. Yeah, so I pulled out the organ, pulled out the electric piano. And let's see what this guy sounds like. No keys. All right, so that's good. Anything else? I don't think so. I don't think anything else will be valuable. So let's go on to my stems. Shane. Shane says, thinking about going over to the dark side now that you have a Mac laptop and get Logic. There's no going back, my friend. There's no. I know you've been with Cubase for at least a year and a half. But yeah, once you Mac, you never go back. Jeff says, no, Shane. Your brother's in Cubase over there. Once you Mac, you never go back, baby. Oh, that's funny. You guys are funny. All right, so now I go into my my stems, and so the way Discovery wants them is I am not individual tracks, but instrument groups. So I'm going to put all of my harmonica together. All right, so this is going to be, and the way they want it is, I think they want it stem underscore. Let me check that before I say it. The way that they want it is I always forget the naming convention. No, it's not stem before it. It's actually stem underscore harmonica. Let's put this in the bounces. Let's put it in the cornbread on arrival stems. There we go. And so what I'm going to do is, now that that's soloed, as soon as it's soloed, I am going to mute it. Mute it from there. Andrew says a low key family holiday here in Tennessee. Good, man. Low key is great. We need more low key family holiday. Oh, I think shouldn't all family holidays be low key? Why do you think that is? Why do you think we get so in our head about holidays? Shannon and I have committed not to do that. We take holidays not too seriously, right? We don't put all kind of pressure on ourselves. We don't turn it into this big thing. Let's see, Booster Kids hanging out. Big love all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. Love my channel. Thank you so much for joining us, Booster Kid. Hope you're doing well, my man. Or a woman. My man. That's in my mind, my man is gender neutral, but I recognize that you might not be a dude, and that's cool. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. Glad you were able to catch us. You know what? I got to know what time is it in South Africa right now. I've got my cam set up right here. Not my cam, but let me do this to where I set on my iPad. I set up time zones because I have students from all over the world, so I have Kuala Lumpur, I've got Mumbai, I've got Berlin, I've got Stockholm, I've got London, Memphis, Denver, and LA. So it's 2028, so it's 10:30 at night. So wow, that's actually in between. It's in between. So you are 2 hours ahead of Berlin in South Africa. That's cool. That's very, very cool. Oh, okay. So yeah, sorry. Math is hard. All right, yeah, I don't know. I may have to put a new watch face on here. Did I do the math wrong on that? 8:30? 20, yeah, 8:30. 22:28 would be 10:30. All right. So you're in Berlin time in Stockholm. All right. Thanks, Jeff, with the assist. I'm a drummer. I can only count to 4. So 8:30. Come at me with 24-hour time. Don't you know, man? It's an American. As an American, I have to do the math. I did the math wrong. All right. So with that muted, next I'm going to do my next instrument grouping. Thanks. And Boosted, my man. All right, Boosted, my man. Let's do the keys. So I'm going to solo my organ, my electric piano, and my electric piano bass. I'm going to go ahead and bounce this, and we're going to call this stems keys. And let's listen. Let's listen to the stems of the harmonica. And providing stems is so important. One of my bigger plays was actually for The Bachelor, and I did a cue called Outback Intrigue, and I gave them different alt mixes and minus mixes, and then I gave them the various stems, and I gave them a didgeridoo only stem, and that's what made air. Everything else I did for that cue, nothing got used, but me playing didgeridoo made air. So yeah, you always got to give them stems. All right, so let's see, banjo by itself. All right, so we're going to do banjo. All right, stems banjo. And I know it's a banjo ukulele, but it's that guy right there, right? And music supervisors don't care. Don't care if it's a banjo ukulele. It's going to sound like a banjo, and I want it to sound like a banjo. And so there's my banjo stem. Let's listen to the keys. A little bit of silence at the beginning. That's totally okay. It sounds really dumb by itself. Yeah, that works. All right. So once I've bounced it, then I mute it, and I'm left with the instruments that are left. So let's do, I'm just going to do bass by itself. You know what? I'm going to put the bassoon by itself. All right, so let's create a stem for the, I'm just going to call this my bass, my acoustic bass, which is a trillium bass. I think it sounds really, really nice. And then when I'm done with these, what's next is the cut downs, the 30 and the 60. I'm hoping this is going to kind of work itself out because it's kind of in two chunks here. And if I've done my math right, I think it's going to be all right. Because we have an intro, an A, a turnaround, or an interlude, and then an A. It's like a double A form. All right, so let's mute that guy. Let's do the contrabassoon. And I'm not going to call it contrabassoon. I'm just going to say bassoon. Let's listen to the bass by itself. That trillion sounds so good. Oh my God. Yeah, that trillion was worth the price of admission. I wish I would have gotten it earlier, to be honest. Wish I would have gotten it earlier. All right, so that is sounding good. And now what we're left with is a percussion. So I'm just going to do percussion altogether. We're going to call this stems perk. Oop, it should have been stem, not stems, but stem perk. Now in theory, the music supervisor could take all of these and stack them all back up. They'd have to adjust the gain, and it's fine. It's totally fine. Totally fine. And I barely knew with all that shout chorus. And Jeff, man, I was thinking of you, knowing you play in church and everything, and knowing that this is kind of much more your jam. When I was doing the that shout chorus, the boom 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 boom, here at the end. Yeah, I barely know what I'm doing with that. All I basically did was just walked it up. All right, so how did I do, Jeff? How did I do on a gospel authentic scale of 1 to 10, knowing that it's country-fried? It's like country fried church. Oh, that would have been a great title. Should I change the title? No, I've already submitted it. Oh, I'm going to write that title down. I got to write that title down. Country Fried Church. All right, Jeff, tell me. You can be honest with me. I'm not going to change it, but you can be honest with me. Is that the actual lick band? But it's like, what's half step? What's not? Country Fried Church. Oh. Country. Like country fried steak. And I have a whole like a notes list. But I was thinking of you, Jeff. I'm like, man, Jeff's gonna call me out. He's gonna be like, Dave, what are you doing, man? Stay in your lane. But he didn't. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. All right, so that is everything. And so now into my cut down. So I'm going to create a new alternatives here, and we're going to call this 60. Lots of different ways to do this. The quick and dirty way is I need to go to my button, and I'm going to back up by 60 seconds. It's a 90-second cue. So I don't know if we need a 60 for a 90-second cue. Source says, maybe you show us how to strip out the noise with RX sometimes. I have it, but use it in the default settings. Hey, man, we actually just did that, but I have a YouTube video that I've done that for sure. Let me see if I can't dig that up, because I think it'll be helpful for you. Oh, that's not how you spell my name. Yeah. Sample. So I'm going to put this in the chat. Yeah, and I walk you through that whole process for sure. All right. See, now I don't know if I need. Hey, no, it's fine. It wasn't a podcast episode. It was a little quick tip, kind of one shot. No, you don't have to apologize, man. No, that's what we're here to do. If I didn't want to answer questions, I'd shut the chat down. All right, so do I need a 60? because the 30 is... I'm not going to make a 60. I'm not going to make a 60 for this. I'm only going to make a 30. And so my 30, let's back up to about 25 seconds. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically 8 bars is about 25 seconds. So how do I want to do this? Jeff says no cut downs for me. Yeah, this is the least fun part. If it was just making a bunch of stems and alts, that's easy. That's fun. So I'm going to cut over some things. I need to trim out about, I'm going to pick up from about right here. And I'm going to see what it would sound like to skip over this little middle section here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. That's going to make that, split that in. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this another way here. So I'm going to, whoops, stop that. Okay. I'm going to drag this over here. That's the tambourine roll. Okay, and I'm going to drag that over here. Okay. So select all, Control Command X, slide that down. And I'm going to grab that. So now it sounds like this. Yeah, there's my cut down. All right, so I need to trim out this, and I just want boom, boom, boom. I just want the pickup here. So let's set my track right there. Let's delete that business. I don't need that. So I just have, let's watch the jaw harp. Yep, that works. That works. So from downbeat to there, it creates. Yep, there's my cut down. Let's put it in some main mix. So it is going to be 30. I'm not going to create. And if the library comes at me, the form doesn't lend itself to a 60. Because do I have to? I might need to do. Okay, all right, okay. Let me go back to my main stem here, and let's see. Okay, all right. So let's see if I can't. So I essentially need, how long is 60 seconds? How many bars is 60 seconds? 60 or 55 seconds really, or 56 is 28 bars or 26 bars. All right, let's try this. Let's try it. So my pickup is right here. Oops. Let's cancel that. So it's ba-doom, boom, boom. Pick up the start of the chug. All right, so that length right there is 35 seconds. So I wonder... Boom, boom, boom. What if we stop it right there? So it'll be kind of like this. So we want to go from there to there. That's what I'm going to try. That's what I'm going to try. But I don't know how long. If I go from there to there, I need about 20 seconds. I don't think it's going to be enough. I like that spot. Ba-dum, boom, boom, boom. So what if we pick it up right there? How would that sound? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. So we're going to skip over from there. Like to there. Oops, I should have gone over to right there. And then it probably should... Okay, so let's select all. Control Command T, Control Command X. Let's go ahead and add that. And we're going to skip over from there. How do I want to do this? Control Command T, split that. Do I really want to maybe go from there to there? Let's try that. Control Command T, Control Command X. So we have this. Now, how long is this? Oh, this is going to work. Oh, this is so going to work. Yes. All right. So let's clean this up. We need the tambourine roll coming in here. And we're going to carry this over like that. All right, now let's clean up the harmonica here. The chugs. All right, so we're gonna crossfade those. Oh yeah, that works. That totally works. Well, let's check out the chugs. Let's check out the banjo. Yeah, let's oof. Let's not do that. Let's cross over there. Let's crossfade that. Let's see how that guy sounds. That sounds fine. That sounds fine. Let's do a little crossfade. I love it when a plan comes together. All right. Now let's set my cycle region from there to there. And let's take a quick listen. That so works. Let's bounce it down. Yeah, main mixes going to be 60. Victory sip of coffee. 1 down, 3 more to go. The good news is I think I've done some of these, and we'll get as many as we can. As many as done today as we can. We'll go for maybe a couple hours here. All right, let's check out. Oh, I ended up putting the stems in the wrong folder. This should be the minus mixes. There we go. Yep, the button is hitting. With Discovery, they're about button placement. That's been my experience. And so the button is hitting between 55 and 58 seconds, and we are in good shape. This one is donezo. Absolutely done. Yes. Let's see. How are we doing out there? Everybody feeling good? Just need to upload that, and I will upload that when we're done. The next one is called Damsel in the Stress. Damsel in the Stress. So pulling that up now. Pulling it up now. All right. So, Damsel in the Stress. And it's another one, Americana Dramedy. These are all in the same album. And so let's go to my loudest spot. Yeah, and this cue was actually done during one of our music production live streams, which is a feature just for the friends, family, and patrons of 52 Qs. Appreciate all of your support. You know, I say it every week on the podcast that this would not be possible without your support. All right, we've intentionally in the podcast and everything. By the way, I'm ironing out my button here. My button is hitting right there. So it's going to hold from here and then. So we've intentionally not sought out like sponsors for the podcast. Like I could, if I wanted to, I could, find somebody like mattresses and meal plans and all of that stuff. I could do that, but we don't. And so the way that we're supported is through the family, friends, and patron subscribers. So every week when I say none of this would be possible without your help, that's why. Hey, I love yourself. Make a beautiful day and stream Dave. Personally, my name is David. Well, good on you. Us Daves are everywhere. We're able. I appreciate you hanging out, and thanks for watching. All right, I don't think we need to be quite that. So we can curve that down a little bit, just a little bit more. And let's go in and let's create a new project alternative. We're going to call this stems. And I am going to put a, Tamgoa says pizza. What's your favorite topping, Tamgoa? All right, so we're gonna go in. We're gonna nudge this by about 200 milliseconds. We're gonna add 200 milliseconds to the front end of this. Tamgoa says pineapple. Is it really pineapple, or is that the what do you like about pineapple? I feel like that's kind of the go-to. It's like the anti-topping. You know, not everybody likes pineapple, so you come at us with pineapple. Good on you. Well, own it, man. Own it. As much as I love pineapple, I could eat it like straight out. Like, yes, eat it straight. But you can't eat too much of it because I think there's isn't there a chemical in pineapple which is technically, it's like acidic, but it's technically an irritant, and too much pineapple, it kind of hurts your mouth. All right, let's take a listen to this. But yeah, Tam Goa says add sweetness. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Oh, but hey, it makes you poop too much. All right. Yes, it is a diuretic, isn't it? Oh yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Well, it keeps you regular, so there's that. Right? That's not a downside. It keeps you on schedule like a German train station. A shout out to the live stream folks who encourage me to keep my vocal bass happening. That's one of my favorite things. And I was going to cut it, but some folks in the live stream chat, they were like, you know what? Nah. And you got to love a cue that has hurdy-gurdy and melodica. Let me go in and make sure that I've cleaned this up. I'm pretty sure I have. I have not. Ugh. Hey, Source 4, are you still around, buddy? Because you're about to see me clean up these melodica parts. All right, so what I got to do is I've got to find a spot that is clean enough for me to sample that doesn't have me breathing on it. A little bit noisy there, so I'm going to sample about right there. So I'm going to click on Learn. All right, so yeah, what I'm doing here is I need to find a nice clean spot. So I'm going to click on Learn. And the settings that I really lean into, they are the threshold, which is the point at which the noise is going to get kind of engaged, the noisiness, so how much I'm removing, and the tonalness, right? So how much like pitch is it? I'm using in standalone. I don't use the plugin version. Whoops, hey, that's the wrong screen. I don't use the plugin version because I think it's way too processor heavy. Way too processor heavy. And you get much more granular control in standalone version here. All right, so I am sampling that. And so I'm just going to go in and come on, there we go. Select all, and then I'm using spectral denoise. Now, if you don't have advanced, then you only have access to, is it called voice denoise, I think, which does something somewhat similar. It's the same. I don't put it in adaptive mode, but you have a much. Yeah, it's not nearly as powerful, but you can do multiple passes of it. But I use a spectral denoise, so let's go ahead and render that. All right, so let's save that. Let's select all. Let's render that. All right, is that everything? Yep. Just going in, just making sure everything's nice and clean. All right, let's check this jaw harp. Yep, need to clean that up, but I don't know if I have a clean enough spot because I need a there's a clean spot. There you go. So let's select all from there. Let's render. Let's save it. I got a click here. You see that click in the waveform? I'm going to clean that up using spectral repair. Spectral repair, spectral replace. So I'm going to select all. I'm not select all. I'm going to select it and boop. There we go. That works. All right, let's go ahead and render that. Tam Goa says sounds like carnival music. Yeah, that's the idea. I wanted it to sound like kind of fun, goofy, silly music. Whoops, let's not do that. Let's, do I need, no, that's already cleaned up. Any other recorded elements? I've got a triangle. I have already cleaned up my triangle. There's a suspended symbol. Whew, gotta clean that up. Don't need the spectral repair on that. Let's see. Find a nice clean spot. Let me look into my symbol scrapes. I've already done that. This is my chest kick where I recorded myself doing that. Oh, my Vox snare, which I've already cleaned up. So let's select that. Because I throw an EQ, because I throw an EQ curve, I leave a little bit there. That works for that. Let's find a clean spot, I think. Oh, here's a clean spot. Right there. So select that. Yep. This noise. This is what you're paying for not having when you buy like nicer mics. These are cheap Samson CO2 microphones that I picked up from Amazon, and they're great. They're really, really good. But the ugly downside is you got to deal with that. My triangle has already been cleaned up. My symbol scrape has already been cleaned up. My kibasa. Oof. Oh, Dave. That kibasa is terrible. Let's clean that up. My Vox snare, that's cleaned up. My chest kick, that's cleaned up. I think that's everything. Chris says, what do I mean? Pull the sound up in RX, you drag it from the session arrangement window into RX and then render the file. This is where in Logic you can set up an audio editor in Logic. Let me see if I can't find editing, find where the file. So in Logic, you can set up a file editor, and I've got my editor set to be RX10. So within Logic, I can use a key command, Shift W, which opens up RX. Then when I change it, I save it and quit RX, and it re-imports it back into the audio bin. So I don't have to, it's complete round trip. Man, does it save time. Otherwise, you're doing exactly what you're talking about. Now, I'm not sure. Chris, remind me what DAW you're in. I don't know if Cubase or Studio One. I'm pretty sure Pro Tools has an audio editor like this. But what DAW are you in? All right. So now that everything is cleaned up, let's set my cycle region from the downbeat to the end of my audio tail, which is going to end right there. And I'm going to do all of my stems from that spot. Did I have something that got deleted? What are these about? So a little bit more reverb on that triangle. All right, let's go ahead and bounce this down, and we're going to create a series of folders. So we're going to call one folder called main mixes. We're going to create another folder called stems. We're going to call another folder called minus mixes. And in their main mixes, damsel in distress full. I might need more coffee. I need more coffee. Yeah, I would be surprised if other DAWs didn't have some sort of inline audio editor. Oh, you're welcome. Very, very welcome. Yeah, RX. It's my superpower. It's my superpower. All right. So next, I'm going to mute out my melodica. And so we're going to bounce this down. And this is, we're going to put this into my minus mixes, and this is going to be my no melody. Yeah, so the challenge I had with that last cue in the 60 is these are only 90-second cues. So doing a cut down on a 90-second cue, making a 60-second version where you're not cutting it in half like you would a 2-minute cue. You're essentially just excising 30 seconds out of it. All right, let's check. Let's see, bounce. Damsel in distress, bounce. All right, so I never checked the main mix. All right, that works. That's the full mix. Here's the no melody mix. Such a silly cue, but it works. It totally works. Chris, you've been in Logic for decades? Yes, dude. Today, set your audio file editor to RX. Do it. Do it today. External audio sampler, audio editor. Shift W is the quick key to do that. Then when you save it, just know it's destructive. That is destructive editing. So just as long as you're aware that you could seriously bork up some audio files. All right, so with the melodica muted, let's go ahead and mute out the percussion as well. So this is going to be my no melody, no percussion. So we're going to no melody, no perc. And again, if this is something you think would be helpful outside of the normal like subscriber live streams, maybe doing these once every few months, every several months or so, just to show people who aren't, family, friends, or patrons, just to see what we do here. All right, let's check the bounce. It's my no melody, no perc. This. Do I need to mute out the jaw harp? Doug, thanks, man. Glad that's helpful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining us. Do I need to mute out? I am gonna mute out the jaw harp. In the no melody, no percussion stem. Even though it's pitched, it's on the line. It's really on the bubble on whether it should or should not be muted. So I'm going to err on the side of muting. Kian says, hi Dave, recently came across this absolute gem of a channel. Just wanted to say thank you and ask if I had any advice about mastering for cues. Yeah, my advice is don't overthink it. I think we have a tendency to go watch a lot of YouTubers who from all over the spectrum of the music industry, and there are certain applications where going deep into the weeds and mastering and like gain staging and all of that stuff is really important. But for production music composers, I think it's I don't know. It's like all you want to do is hang a picture, and it's like getting the world's most elaborate, expensive automatic hammer to do that when like just a cheap hammer can do it. So don't overthink it. And I use Ozone. I know some folks might scoff at that, but I use Ozone for all of my mastering. And I've done a video on Ozone. If you want to see my process, you can just search Ozone Dave Croft. I think we'll probably pull that up, and walk you through my ozone process. But thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe. Oh, all that YouTuber stuff. All right, so let's listen to that again. Yeah, it's better. It's better without it. All right, so oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to re-engage the melodica and leave the percussion muted. So this is going to be my no perc mix. Again, I'm doing minus mixes here because Discovery wants three categories of mixes. They want main mixes, which is going to be your full mix, full length, and then your 60 and your 30 cut down. They want minus mixes, which are mixes with certain elements muted out. And then they want stems, which are instrument groupings. Chris, you're trying the shortcut Shift W, not Command W, Shift W. All right, so with that, let's see, what else don't I want? I'm just going to do a no jaw harp mix. No jaw harp mix. Catalin says, arrived, or is it Caitlin? Might be Catalin. Thanks for joining us. What's the track for? This is for an album for Discovery Channel of Americana dramedy. And specifically, halfway through, they decided that they did not want, or they wanted me to shy away from you. I want to say they didn't want, but they wanted me to move away from the typical pizzicato dramedy, which I had to be really, really creative with. All right, so let's say no piano. I know it's called plucked celeste. This is a keyscape patch, which is called the plectrum celeste. And man, I think keyscape is what's up. And for me, it sounds like an old honky-tonk kind of piano, even though it's like a celeste and another kind of harpsichord type instrument. For me, it sounds like an old saloon piano. So this is going to be, I'm just going to say no piano. I'm not going to say no plectrum celeste, just no piano. The music supervisor is not going to. Catalin is a correct form. All right, good. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, Chris says, yep, works. Next time the round is on. I'm going to hold you to it, my friend. Hold you to it. But only if you bring like a nice German beer for me. Nice German, a Dunkel. Not a Weizen. Don't come at me with any Hefeweizen. Weizens did not agree with me. And German folks get crazy, have Coke Weizen, banana Weizen. No, just nope. Give me with a nice Dunkel. Pilsner, it's a little light. I'm much more of a stout, dark person, but I do in the summertime. I do like Radlers, which is going to be like a Pilsner plus either lemonade or Sprite. The Rothaus Radlers are what is up. All right, so that's working for me. Okay, let's see what other. Let's do a no. Do I want a no bass mix? No, that sounds a little dumb. Let me say no hurdy-gurdy. No. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a no Vox. So I'm going to mute the Vox bass and the Vox snare. All right, so I'm just going to say no Vox. And that'll be the last minus mix I think I need. Yeah, I think so. Anybody have any other questions? Love answering questions. Really, really appreciate you. Ask me anything. Ask me what's my favorite thing to grill. I think I answered that. Wings. My wings are, I think, my best. Only when paired with Shannon's, Mrs. 52Q's homemade garlic buttermilk ranch. Oh my gosh, I could dip. Can I be real? Can I be real? It's so good that when I'm done with my wings, I don't know. That's embarrassing. I'm on public YouTube channel. I don't know if I want to admit this. Yeah, I'll say it. I don't know. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed, right? So when I'm done with my wings, I have barbecue sauce like on the plate. I might kind of, and then into the ranch. I'm not ashamed. It's that good. It's that good. Catalan asks, what's on the master bus? Do I disable the master inserts when bouncing stems? My master bus exists of ozone. And only ozone. Yep. And for discovery specs, they're not wanting me to disable inserts or anything because they're not looking to reassemble the mixes. So I don't have to do that insane dance of stem exporting where you're disabling sends and all of that. Thankfully, all of my libraries are cool with that. No library that I'm currently with has asked me to do that. Chris says, RX revealing some mountains of worms in my can. Maybe I should disable it again. Uh-oh. You took a look behind the curtain and you're like, oh my gosh, my recorded audio is a mess. Yeah, don't open up RX unless you're willing to take a hard look at how clean your environment is, how good your mics are. Yep. But once you get used to it, though, it's good. It's healthy. It's good for you, Chris. It's good for you. It's your vegetables. It's your musical vegetables. All right, so those are all my minus mixes. Let's go ahead and I'm going to create my stems now. So for my stems, they just want their instrument grouping. So I'm going to create my melodica stem. And I'm going to put this in my stems folder. And this is going to be stem melodica. That's how you spell that. Yep. Yeah, living in Orlando International Airport's really, really busy. I get airplanes all the time. I've lost track the number of takes an airplane has ruined, which is one of the reasons that I use for the podcast. I use the this mic here. This is an RE320, right? And so the RE320 is a dynamic mic, and it does a ton of rejection. Not only I think it sounds best on my voice because it's like a broadcast mic, but it rejects. This here is a condenser mic. It's the 20 or 4035. It's a short throw boom mic right out of frame. And actually, if I show you this scene here, you can see it. That's what this is. Let me see if I can't put a piece of paper behind it and you can actually see the mic. Yeah, so that's the mic just out of frame. That does a really good job. This way I don't have it in my mic. I'm not wearing a lav or anything like that. And in the angle shot, really the only thing you see is that's the shock mount. It's a shock mount, which is a Rode shock mount. But yeah, nobody asked that, but I had to say something while we were bouncing. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's check out this stem. This is the melodica stem. All right, so that's fine. So now I'm going to mute that out. And now let's do a piano. I don't think I have a high piano and a low piano. All right, so that is just going to be my stem piano. Let's bounce that down. Gotta tell you, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I write, I just kind of get into the heat of it. And I end up with crap everywhere. I've got like my triangle still here on my desk. I've got cables and everything. And so when I'm done, I might just take a minute to just make sure that everything gets reset. What am I hearing? Oh, it's our Roomba. The Roomba I mentioned earlier has awakened. Carlos says, you said you can ask anything. What happened to the trackball? Well, that is a really good question, my man. Because if you watched my mouse video, you know, I'm like, once you track, you never go back. Well, it died. And I love it. But I found myself, especially as I started getting into more video editing, I found myself limited by the number of buttons. And so I play World of Warcraft, and I use, this is an MMO mouse, and this is essentially a number pad on the side here. And I forced myself to learn, and I've been using these types of mice for years, like at least 15 years. The old Razer Naga mouse, I've had this, and I'm so used to it. And as a gamer, now let me go back into this view here. As a gamer, I am so much a left hand, the WASD claw stays right there. My right hand stays on my mouse. And I look to minimize my motion as I'm working in the DAW. And so when I started really getting heavy into Premiere and video editing and all of that, I found myself, like I said, limited by the number of buttons I had on my trackball. And so I thought, well, that trackball is like $120. This is $30, and I forced myself back onto this, which I've already been using, because I had to use it while when the trackball went down. And I've already gone through one of these, but I've replaced it at $30. And I got to tell you, the depth, not depth, the how easily, there's a word there I'm missing, be able to move around Logic, open up windows, close windows, all of that, just using these number pads have been absolute game changing for me. And so I've got like editing, like if I want to mute this, all I have to do is I have a button here where it just mutes it. If I want to select all of those and mute them, if I want to go into a MIDI note and mute individual MIDI notes, right? It's this button. If I want to go forward and backwards, it's that button. If I want to delete that, it's that button. And so I've set up all of these buttons which keep my hands in the single position, this hand doing a bunch of key commands, pressing play, and my right hand navigating, so that I can stay in the flow state. And that's the goal. Stay in the flow state. It's like learning fingerings on a saxophone or any other instrument for that matter. And so that's what's happened. That's what's happened to the trackball. I got to tell you, the learning curve of getting like used to this and picking up the mouse and not being able to like moving around the screen has taken some getting used to, because with the trackball you can just, and then you're over on this screen, you can go back over to this screen. That's been the adjustment. That's been the biggest adjustment. Carlos says, what's the mouse called? I have a trackball, but never used it yet. I love the trackball. Shannon still has that same trackball. This is called the Logitech G600 mouse. And I could put a link. Logitech G600. It's $38. Thanks, inflation. And it's this mouse right here. And here I'm gonna give, if you want to buy it, there's an affiliate link for you. You could toss a coin to your YouTuber. Won't cost you anything. But yeah, this is it. You can program all of these side buttons. I mean, it's really, really good. I use, so you can program all these side buttons. You can program these top buttons. It has a right click, a left click, the scroll wheel has a button, push down. You can push right or left onto the button. And let me do that screen. And it has a third mouse button. So my escape is my top button there. And if I need to zoom in, then that is my right button here. So you can see, like, I can move around, move forward, backwards, open. I can scroll up, go right, go left. It's all one-handed. This hand doesn't move, stays in the flow state. It will take some getting used to. I just happen to have 15 years of using it gaming. All right, where were we? Let's see. Okay, so that was a piano stem. Let's do a jaw harp stem. Do that. You're welcome, Carlos. And I still love my trackball. If it hadn't died, I probably would still be using it. Probably would still be using it. But now that I use it in Photoshop now, I use it in Premiere, and to be able to remap buttons in Premiere that match my workflow in Logic. So the same trim button, the same forward and backwards button, all of that. I've been able to kind of synergize using my mouse, and that's been really, really helpful. All right, let's do a hurdy-gurdy stem. And then I'm going to do a bass stem. So all of the bass sounds together. And then all of my percussion sounds. And then it'll be time for a cut down. All right, so let's, whoops, I don't need that, thank you. All right, do I want to put my acoustic bass? That's Trillion again. No, I'm sorry, that's not Trillion, that is BBCSO. All right, I'm gonna put all of my bass on one stem together. It's gonna be my stem bass. Yep. Because of the way that this, I always feel like I have to lean into that shot for that. But yeah. Let's see, what are the other cues that I've got to do? I think they're oh, see, the other cues are harmonica only cues. Outhouse Hunters. No, that's not. But Squatter Party is. That's a... Yeah, those are the other two cues I got to do. All right, so let's mute those guys out. And then finally, let's do percussion. So I'm going to solo the percussion. We're going to call this perk. Yep. And that includes it includes the vocal stuff, and I did a kick drum with the chest, triangle, suspended cymbal, and the cymbal scrape. And I know that the cymbal scrape is technically falls under of like effects. But yeah, it's fine. All right, so now time for the cut downs. Let's create a new alternative here. We're gonna call this 60. It's gonna be my 60-second cut down. Let's see how long a phrase is. A 4-bar phrase is 12.785. My button is about 6 seconds or so. So if I do some math on this, 60 second minus 6 seconds, divide that by, let's say 13. So 4. So I could do probably 4.15 phrases, maybe 4 phrases here. So let's take that. Let's skip over that and go to here. Actually, let's start right here. So we're going to start 1, 2. Let's skip over here. Let's go into here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, yeah, let's try it. So I'm going to select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. Let's go ahead and bring in, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the chest kick. Let's nudge that over. Select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. All right, let's bring over the suspended symbol that I cut in half. Let's see where my button is hitting. Yep, right at 55 and some change. Perfect. And that's how that cut down comes together. So basically what I did there, and I realized I went boop, 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 done. I took the length of my button, which is about 6 seconds, and that left, and I subtracted that from my cut down length. Right, so I have a 60-second cut down, about a 6-second button, which leaves 54 seconds, right? Then I divided that number by around the length of the phrase, which was 12 and some change. I rounded up to 13, and that gives me a rough ballpark idea of the number of phrases I can fit. And armed with that knowledge, that's when I went and started my cut down. There's the 0.15 right there. Yep. All right. Let's bounce it down. And this is not going to be stem. This is going to be 60. So we're going to put this in the main mix. All right. So a 30 minus 6 divided by 13. And I'm going to, 2 phrases. I'm going to try to fit 2 phrases here. It almost writes itself. So I am going to try to so I'm going to bring in I'm going to start off here. So we're going to do this. Oops. Oh, it didn't like that. So that's because I have a 200 millisecond lead in. Don't like the kick there. Yep. Let's edit some of these. Let's trim that out. And okay, so I'm going to go into my my view here, so you can see me doing this mouse stuff. Because what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm editing out certain things, and I want to stay in the. And again, this is what doing video editing helps. Like, I don't need that, so let's just delete that. And you delete all of those. So you see how my left hand is just right here, and my right hand doesn't move. Let's delete those. There we go. Yeah, and so that right there, that was another button, which is select all. I create a little macro, select all, and then Z. Select all Z, which selects everything, and then Z zooms to whatever you have selected. So if I hit that and hit Z, it'll zoom in. And I've created a macro on my mouse so I can go boop, and it does that. Select all, Z. Let's take a listen. All right, now what am I doing? I am going to get rid of this, select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. My button is hitting right. Nice sweet spot. We are good to go. Let's see how this sounds. Oh, I need to drag this guy over, drag the suspended symbol. getting rid of one of the octaves there. Just to pull the energy back a little bit here. Yep. Bounce it down. And this one is in the can. Yeah, that one went faster. Okay, so let's do one more. Let's do one more. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Hope this is helpful for you. We're going to do one more here, and this one's going to be called Squatter Party. And the reason is the reason I'm doing this one is it's not nearly as dense as far as the orchestration and instrumentation and stuff. And so it's going to come together. The other one, I don't think I have time to do all four today. But this one is really straightforward, and it sounds like this. Chris says the live stream is great. More, please. Good on you, man. Well, you know, we do live streams every Thursday, music production live streams. But I think I'm going to be doing more kind of just general chit-chatty hangout while I work. It won't be every week for sure, but every few months. Like I said, just to give the general YouTube public just an idea of what we do here. It's one thing for me to talk about doing live streams every single episode, but it's not until you actually kind of see it. So yeah. And so if that's something that you're interested in, then by all means, you could be a Patreon supporter, and that's just $1 a month, or friends and family subscribers. In addition to the live stream, they get a ton more. I do know that let's go in first and let's check the cleanup. Yeah, see, I've already done cleanup on this. The uke is cleaned up, and the reason I can tell it's been cleaned up is I can look in and see how there's no noise, right? That tells me that it's been cleaned up for sure. Okay, so let's look at this parallel compression. Let me go back a little further. Just boosting the low end here. Make sure I'm not over squashing it. Pull down the that works. Chris says 6 tracks. My lowest number of tracks was around 16 to 20 and thought that was minimal as it can be. No, man. No, it's harmonica, ukulele, electric piano, bass, and drums. I mean, that's the number of players you'd have on stage, right? And so that was the idea there. All right, let's look at this ukulele part. I'm gonna need to give a little bit more TLC to this. Yeah, there's a little, like right there, right there. So let's see what we got. Let's sneak this little spot. Let's see if I can't get away with that. Yes. Oh, like magic. All right. Yeah, another little dirty spot right there. So let's just let's just take this. Let's just grabbing this. Let's copy it forward. And in the grand scheme of things, nobody's going to ever notice. I'm going to grab this little spot right here. Let's put it right there. I didn't like that. Let's move you over there. This one might be a little ambitious. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to live with that. It's the string buzzing that I'm not digging. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark this. How do I want to mark it? We'll just leave that there for now. All right, I think I can. No, let's watch. That's a little. There it is. Let's raise up all of these so we get a little bit more. A little buzzy here. Here, it's just a little bit buzzy, so let's grab from the beginning. Let's slide that down. Put it right there. Let's go ahead and create a new project alternative. We're going to call this stems. And let's bounce it down. This is my first one. So we're going to create a new folder. It's going to be called main mixes. Create a new folder. Whoops, that needs to be lowercase. New folder called stems. Then a new folder called minus mixes. And let's create a new folder. We're going to call this archive. We're going to put the squatter party full. That's going to go into the main mixes. And so we are going to put the previously approved files in there. All right, let's check the bounce. Love it. All right, so next, no, I'm just going to put no harmonica. All right, because this is going to be my first minus mix. That needs to go into the minus mix folder. No harmonica. Yeah, keep it nice and easy. Keep it nice and simple. As soon as I start layering more things, then it starts kind of undoing the organic bluesy quality of this. And it wasn't 6, it was 5 tracks. All right, so now a mix minus ukulele. So we're just going to call this no uke. Let's check out the no harmonica. And by the way, that is John Mayer's soft drums. It just sounds so good. It sounds so good. All right. So now let's mute out the percussion. I'm going to say no harmonica, no percussion. Harmonica, no perk. I could have said no drum since it's just a drum set. Also want to thank Anthony Clint Jr. for in his over the camera side view, he has a light back there, and so I was watching his. I'm like, man, you know what? That side view looks really good. So being able to put just a light in the background, so it's nice effect. All right, so now we're gonna say no drums. And I'm gonna change that no perk. That no. I'm gonna change that to no drums here. I am out of coffee, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to keep sipping at it in the hopes that it will refill itself. There's a little bit of the dregs. Appreciate you hanging out with me on a Monday, on a Memorial Day here. All right, and now we're going to say no E piano. Let's see how the no drums sounds. Oh, that's the no, here's the no drums. So now let's do up some stems. We're going to do a harmonica stem. Anybody have anything exciting planned for the rest of the day when I'm done with these? I'm not sure if I need to get to writing. And for you family, friends, and patrons, I did throw up a live stream. We've got a special Tuesday afternoon live streams that I am doing, wrapping up last Friday's queue, and then we're going to have another one on Friday morning. All right, so next up, my ukulele stem. Catalan asks, what YouTubers do I enjoy and follow? I know Production Music Academy. Yeah, Production Music Academy. I dig what they're doing. Make Music Income. Eric is a friend, and we have, he's here in Orlando. We have lunch frequently. And so I love those guys. John Mayer is amazing. I love, basically, if I love them, I've tried to bring them on the show. So John Mayer is awesome. And Catherine Dern is great. We've got Cameron with Venus Theory coming up very, very soon. I've got an interview with him this week, and that interview will be rolling later. We're really looking forward. I've been a long time follower of his. Also, I love what Christian Henson is doing. Yes, Carlos says, I'm a music mogul. Yep, love what they're doing. Love what he's about. And let's see. I love Jason Graves' channel is really, really good. I love Marlon Gibbons. I love what he's doing over there. Catalan says, invite Ben Jordan. I've not heard of Ben Jordan. Tell me about Ben Jordan. I'd be more than happy to talk to anybody. Bring him on the show. Let's see some other YouTubers that I watch. Dan Worrell. I learned everything I know about FabFilter from Dan Worrell. And yeah, those are kind of like the big ones. And not only have I subscribed, but I've also hit that notification. So every time they post something, I'm going to watch it. They're up there. Yeah, for sure. All right. So that's the ukulele stem. Let's mute that. So this is going to be my e-piano. Catalan says Venus Theory is his nephew. He's the flashbulb. I'll check that out for sure. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to talking to Cameron. Any questions? What would you like me to ask Cameron? Like John Mayer, I really appreciate Cameron's productions, like his film production. It's so much more sophisticated than mine. I'm like, turn on the camera and go. And I think that's the educator lecturer in me, having taught, college lectures for 25 years. That's my lane. And so that's why this live stream, my podcast, they're very much full bore fire hose lecture mode. And I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's all right. That's why they make different flavors of tea. All right, here's the bass. But no, I'll check that out. Ben Jordan, for sure. For sure. But I don't have the patience, skill, or bandwidth to do the type of post-production that they do. Yep. Yeah, I'd much rather give you an hour and 20-minute episode with light editing than a 20-minute episode that's heavily edited. Because that's the kind of content I enjoy. And when I started this, when I started podcasting way back in 2005 with the Drummer Talk podcast, I said, I want to make the type of podcast I listen to. So I never have really chased trends. I just make the kind of content that I consume. And I figure if I'm consuming it, then somebody out there is going to appreciate it. To the tune of over 3,000 subscribers. That's not a ton, but I'm very happy with our subscriber count and the 52 Qs community. 100%. But again, I have great respect for those guys. John Mayer's production, those are gorgeous. They're films. They're not just like videos. And Cameron's, YouTube channel, they're short films, and I have great respect. But if there's something you want me to, if you want me to ask Cameron, let me know. Got his interview coming up this week. Probably rolling that interview later in the year, later in the summer, for sure. All right, so those are all of my stems. So now into the cut down. So let's go ahead and create a new project alternative. We're going to call this guy 60. And let's see how long my button is. So my button is hitting. All right, so my button is about 5.5 seconds. And a phrase, it's a 12-bar phrase. And so one phrase, because it's a 12-bar blues, this is going to be tough. So let's just see how long 4 bars is. All right, so 4 bars is 10.537. Let's get back to the calculator here. So we have a 60-second minus 5.25, let's say. Okay, divide that by 10.5. So 5, which multiply that by 4. So 21 bars. All right, so that means I can't really get... So I wonder if I can start it right here. So we're going to start right here. 2, 3, and I think I could do that. All right, let's do these kind of one at a time here. So I'm going to trim this, select all, Control Command T, Control Command that. So we're going to have this. Why is that stretching? I don't want to stretch it. Tell you what, let's make a whole new region out of it. So I'm just gonna, I do not know why. So I have to turn off flex mode. 3, 4. All right, so let's re-engage flex mode. All right, so let's skip over. All right, so let's go. Can we skip to here and do the double ending here? Let's see what that looks like and what timing that gives us. That gives us 53 and some change. Might be a little short for a 60. All right, So let's try a different thing. So when do we go back to the 1 chord? I don't think it's gonna work. Let's try that. All right, let's try that. Control Command T, Control Command X. All right, that's putting my button at a minute 59. Ah, it's too much. So how many bars do I need to get out of here? I need to shave off like 2 bars, really. So how am I going to shave off 2 bars? I don't like that at all. All right, so... All right, let's look at shaving off the top here. So let's shave off 2 bars from the middle here. Select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. So we have select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. Oh yeah, yeah. Steven says, feeling my pain. Yeah, you're feeling me, dog. It's like, oh, it's threading this needle here. Let's see. So now my button is here. This is it. That'll do it. I'm not going to tempt fate here. There's my 60. Oh, I'm not going to tempt fate. Not going to do one more 30 and then we're done. $30 and then we are done. I'm going to be done for the day. All right, so let's create a new project alternative here. I'm going to call this guy 30. Now the good news is, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to go back to my my full mix here, my full length mix. Just because I want to be working from this standpoint. And so let's edit my alternatives. I'm gonna get rid of my 30. And now let's create a new alternative. Call that guy 30. There we go. All right, so one phrase we determined can I just go think I can go from this 5 chord here to here. So it's going to be like this. Oh, let's clean that up. Oh, no, what did I do wrong? Yeah, that's it right there. All right, select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. So we're going to come in nice and clean right here. Control Command T. Oops, don't want to get rid of that. Okay, so that is going to go right there. Da-ba-dum-bum-bum. Let's get rid of Control Command T, Control Command X. So we have what's going on with this, because these are pickup notes. Okay. You know what, Dave? You're overthinking this. All right, let's see how long this is. 42. Can I spot it right there? Yeah, let's try that. Control Command T, Control Command X. My button is hitting right here. So the whole length is still 40 seconds. So who thought blues form was a good idea? Let me try to just select all, Control Command T, Control Command X. Still too long. I don't like that. Nope. Control Command T, Control Command X. Wrong way, Dave. That's 28. Still a little bit too long here. Let me take out one more bar. Oh, this is going to be tough. I'm making it worse. So undo all of this. Yeah, I thought this would be this would be easy. So how many bars do I actually need here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 10. So I need 10 bar blues. All right, so let me cut it down to a 12 bar blues first. And I'm just going to undo everything. Get it back to my original form. There we go. All right, so I'm going to skip over this. I go back into my final button. Select all T. There we go. So now we have... All right. Let's trim out the beginning here. Don't need that. Okay, so now we have... So we're gonna pick it up right here, downbeat of this phrase. Yeah, Steven says, I consider writing my tracks at 135 to get 32 bars at 57 seconds. Yeah, I wish I could go back and tell past me to do that. But yeah, generally, you know, I could pull off some shenanigans, which will help with this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up because we're not quite lined up here. So I'm going to select everything and let's pull everything. There we go. Now we're on the click. Steve says, I never remember. All right, so let's all... All right, select all, Control T. All right, so now we have one chord. Now to the 4 chord. That should give us a 10 bar blues. All right, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So now I just need the pickups, right? Can't... Did that do it? Oh my gosh. All right, let's go back in and clean up some of the harmonica parts here. Let's do some crossfading here. Nope. I'm done. I'm done fighting this. Yeah. So Carla says, I knew you had it. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you had faith in me because I did not. I was getting a little worried. I'm like, is this the first time, like, ever that I haven't? I would not have finished this. But no, I just needed to. Okay, how many bars is it? We have a 12 bar blues. I need to extract 2 bars and make a 10 bar blues. That did it. Take 2 bars out of the first form. But guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the rare Monday live stream for everybody. And if this is something you enjoyed, and if you want kind of more live streams from me, then why don't you go over and check out, maybe consider becoming a family subscriber, a friend subscriber, or even a patron. To be a patron is just $1, and you can have access to the weekly music production live streams. But even if not, even if you subscribe to the channel and you watch every single week, or maybe this is your first time, just know that I appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything. But that's going to do it for me. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Until next time, peace.